Hello listeners, I am Dipali Shimal here welcoming you to my channel Under the Sun. This is a socio-political discussion forum where I discuss a new social or political matter every episode. I will respond to the good comments and thus make them a part of this discussion. So please write the comments with your viewpoint and feedback. Let's get started. This episode unravels the debacle that Mahua Moitra has turned out to be. She is in news again for all the noise she has made in Parliament with her President address speech. She began by taking a dig at Hinduism before the speech, took a dig at Jainism and Jammu and Kashmir native language during the speech, and later took a dig at chairperson after the speech. She still is complaining across every media platform that her last 1 minute was trimmed, which was very important, when she wasted more than half of her speech in quotes and poems. So apart from her unparliamentary behavior, it would be noteworthy to discuss if her speeches are, after all, even worthy. So who is this Mahua Moitra? Mahua has been in politics since a while. Mahua Moitra reportedly was an investment banker abroad. She quit, came back to India to join politics. She began with Congress in 2008, then shifted to TMC. She has been General Secretary and National Spokesperson of TMC, then an MLA and now MP as TMC candidate from Krishnanagar, West Bengal. However, Mahua's claim to fame was her maiden speech in Parliament in June 2019. It was her maiden speech through which she launched a fierce attack on BJP government for being fascist. Now, this is the recipe of success to click with left lobby media, which she did. They got their cake and she got her plan. Since then, her only body of work as known is to talk about BJP and central government and to attack topmost position in every possible sphere to stay in the limelight. She picks on top government, that is central government, top boss of India, that is Prime Minister Mr. Modi, from his nose to his beard to his looks, top capitalist, that is Adani, and top judiciary post, ex-Chief Justice of India. While media was having the tequila moment with her, they totally missed to check that the maiden speech that she kick-started, or may I say started giving tequila kicks to left media itself, was ripped off from an American writer's work. Now it would be mean to call left media zero intellectuals, but how would they explain their missing on the fact that most part of all her speeches are rip-offs of someone else's work? So let's take a look at Mahua's controversial life. Mahua started as spokesperson in TMC and had her video circulated for showing the anchor middle finger. As an MLA, some news report that in August 2018, Mahua was detained at Assam airport for slapping a female police officer. She was held for a night and has a case registered against her. Last year, while Mahua's boss, Mamata Banerjee, announced to take TMC pan-India, Mahua soon after called an opposition leader a Bihari Gunda in a political meeting in parliamentary premises, thus contradicting her high command. Few months ago, Mamata Banerjee was meeting capitalists to lure investments because eventually politics happens on ground and not social media. At the same time, Mahua waged a war against that capitalist Adani on social media, thus contradicting her high command once again. In case anyone missed, Mahua Moitra called media 2 cents people, which infuriated the local media and had Mamata Banerjee herself doing the damage control. So it should not come as a surprise that her boss, Mamata Banerjee, reprimanded her in public few weeks ago and told her bluntly that she is dispensable. In Mamata Banerjee's own words, she was upset with Mahua for creating rift and factions within the party. It is quite obvious to think that after getting a taste of one's own medicine from the boss in public, one would take some time to reflect and act. But mending ways does not seem to be the forte of Mahua Moitra. So now let's dissect Mahua's speeches that create the chaos. Well, beginning from her maiden speech to recent speech, her speeches are more of screeches infused with quotes from other people, that is, from Indian writers and poets to American poets, bloggers, activists, and leaders. You name it, and she has it. These speeches are flavored with lyrics of songs and poems like Ekla Chalo and Ye Subha Fir Aayegi, and recited with not passion but extreme aggression, as if it is not a political opposition but a personal conflict. And what about political content? Well, there is some in between which are exclusively about taking digs at central government that are many a times communal in nature and mostly picked up from social media conversations. I don't say all that she speaks is wrong, but a lot of it is not right either. Whatever they are or not, but they definitely are not helpful to people of her constituency or state, for which she actually is in the parliament. Someone needs to tell her that politics is not about finding fault in others, but also to do, show, and talk about the work that you need to do in your constituency and state. Mahua's current controversy is about a speech and is all over the place as usual. However, there is a catch this time. Mahua had invited everyone to cover or hear her by tweeting twice before her parliamentary speech. Wonder why? Media as it is covering the session. Then she also made a point to remind the media and everyone else about what time she would be giving the speech. Before the speech, she asked BJP supporters to drink Moitra shots and come as she is giving her speech tonight. It simply shows she thinks her speeches are that special that can make the heavens fall down on BJP or move and shake the democratic establishment of India. Well, one can choose to presume as they please, but is that actually the case? Is someone giving her this impression? Don't think so, because no one has accepted her offer to join hands with TMC to defeat BJP. So don't think her dramatic speeches are making this drastic impact on the opposition. In the collage of social media conversations she put in the speech, she spoke about Sulli deals while clearly condoning that unspeakable graphics were created against Hindu women by that same community, which also had circulated on that very social media. However, Mahua Moitra chose to highlight the plight of only a certain community women. She went on to mention Jain community on a point which could have been made without targeting the Sanatan community specifically. Not that they are the only religiously vegetarian community, but clearly she had the intent to specifically attack this community. She attacked the BJP government for being fearful of history, present and future by replacing Urdu in Jammu and Kashmir with Hindi. She made a communal attack again without verifying that neither Urdu is Jammu and Kashmir's language and nor it is replaced by Hindi. It is now replaced by region's native language, which wasn't recognized for 70 years. So much for a well-researched leader. I think the most sensible and accurate reaction came from Madam Lok Sabha Chair, Ms. Rama Devi, who asked her to calm down and first learn to communicate properly. Mahua Moitra has been rebuked again, but now everyone is rest assured she won't learn any lesson. My take on the issue of Mahua Moitra is that despite having the best of the profile with education and work in Western countries, political career from spokesperson to MP, Mahua does not show corresponding personal growth or political dexterity. With Mahua getting rebuked in public by her own boss Mamata Banerjee, reprimanded in parliament by the Lok Sabha speaker, and schooled by people at every forum for being loud and senseless speaker, Mahua is getting a reality check. After making all the noise, getting all the attention a politician wants, she could have been much more but couldn't be. She has become a textbook example of how not to be in public life. After 13 years in politics, missing political maturity, grace, dignity, and even common sense, digital diva Mahua Moitra now is a digital debacle. That would be all for this episode, listeners. Don't forget to comment with your feedback and viewpoint on this episode with me. I'll see you in another episode of Under the Sun with a new subject. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Until then, take care and bye-bye for now.